Because are you not aware that you can be a woman who dates males and is still celibate? Or did you just completely skip over that fact? Because right now, this feels like a campaign to encourage rapists.
You all, Bumble, people are coming from Bumble app. If you don't know Bumble app, Bumble is a dating app that allows man and woman to meet. And I feel like the app makes it for only the women to be able to reach out to the men first. I feel like that's what they were doing before. When I heard of Bumble, I think 2 years ago, that was what I heard, that it was a woman that would pick the man and all of that. Anyways, they put up a billboard and saying an advert saying that celibacy is not an answer, meaning that women that are on the app that are saying they don't want to they don't want to do the do, it is not the answer. Definitely that app is not for them. And this got a lot of women talking like, are you people really for real? So you're telling me that when a man takes me to a date, he's entitled to my body. So I cannot decide not to do it until I'm ready to do it. Why would you say celibacy is not an answer? And people are just like getting out of the app already. Women are getting out of the app already because there's no point, because they don't feel safe again in the app. Have you heard about this Bumble thing? Are you let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts about this conversation down in the comment section. Let's go ahead and listen to what other people have to say concerning this old Bumble drama, and I'll be back to share my thoughts at the end of the video.
Yo, Bumble, guys, for real, because are you not aware that you can be a woman who dates males and is still celibate? Or did you just completely skip over that fact? Because right now, this feels like a campaign to encourage rapists. Essentially, what you're saying is, if a male takes us on a date and buys us a dinner, we owe him our body. Yeah. And if we're celibate, that's not valid. You're delegitimizing our celibacy because you want males to have more access to our bodies. And then you think that we're gonna have a positive reaction to that? You must be out of your damn mind. The fact that y'all have the audacity to push this campaign when there is a literal femicide going on in Congo right now, where women are being kidnapped by the masses and essayed by the soldiers in front of their family members, okay? Women are having to watch their daughters get raped by soldiers, okay? Is that a concept that you guys thought about before you put out this stupid brainless campaign? I would not be surprised to find out that before they pushed this campaign, they fired a bunch of women from the marketing department. Mm-hmm. I bet you anything this was a male's idea, and I bet you anything they had to get rid of certain women that worked in the marketing department to be able to push this campaign, because there's no way women signed off on this campaign, and if they did, I am incredibly disappointed in you. So I'm on my Bumble app right now, and I'm deleting my account, and this is my message to you. Your campaign delegitimizing celibacy is an absolute threat to women's safety, and I will not be using an app that encourages males to be so entitled to my body that they will not respect celibacy during the dating stage. You guys.
If it feels to you like we are in the midst of a dating revolution across the world, it's because we are, and here's my theory about why. See, online dating is a very new thing in the grand scheme of things. The first online dating site was actually Match.com, and it came out in 1995. That's 30 years next year. Not even 30 years old, online dating. And apps are a totally different story. I believe Grindr was actually the first dedicated app to launch in 2009. All the others were web platforms that then became apps. We can get so myopic about some of these things where we're like, dating is broken, but that's actually what humans do. We make something new and then we push it and we push it and we poke it and we prod it and we experiment with it. And I'm not actually saying that's a bad thing. That's just how we work. We're very imaginative and experimental species. So I think what we did with dating was we were like, what if we went away from classified ads, which is what we did back in the day before apps and websites came out, and we put this into this new internet thing, and we just push the boundaries of it. And I bet you with technology, it will make something as nebulous as love so much easier for all of us. So what we are seeing now, in my opinion, is the product of pushing and prodding, stretching and breaking and snapping and bending and cracking this experiment that is online dating, digital dating, and incorporating technology into love. Now, here's the thing. What we're all realizing is because love is so nebulous and because chemistry is so ethereal and hard to pin down, there is no number of algorithms or questionnaires that can actually lead us to pinpointing the exact special sauce for everyone to be able to find what they're looking for. But actually what we're realizing is we feel so empty these days, and I'm gonna speak for a lot of us. This isn't everyone, but we're all feeling so empty and lonely because capitalism has stripped us of community. It has stripped us of this fulfilling idea of coming together, having a village. And now we're trying to strip love out of the equation with intimacy. There's no intimacy or commitment or devotion in these things. It all leads to this same rigmarole of soulless, vacuous, physical touch. So I think what we're seeing now is through our own discomfort, we're trying to find a new way forward with dating. And I think we're onto something here by disposing of these apps and seeking intimate connections in different ways. So maybe we just go back to the old ways, maybe we form a new way, but certainly this is the death of this little experiment that we have all sort of deemed unsuccessful.
All right, let's talk about Bumble's new ad. That's not what it's called, but that's the sentiment. So I think it's a miss for the brand for a multitude of reasons. So first of all, when we look at the origin story of Bumble, Bumble differentiated itself in the dating app world in two different ways. First of all, this idea that women had to make the first move was ideally and originally premised in women's empowerment. That was one part of Bumble. Like, they really leaned into that. And then the second part of Bumble was that you could pick if you wanted to meet a romantic partner or if you wanted to meet a friend or a networking contact. And both of those things are actually still part of their core brand DNA. Like, I went to their homepage when I was looking at this campaign, and they have relaunched, which I'm going to talk about in a minute when it says introducing the new Bumble. But there's a story about, we'll call her Jane, who on Bumble met both her husband and her bridesmaid. So they're still leaning into the romantic partners or friends. And there's this whole idea that, again, it's women-centered, and so the whole reason why they took away women making the first move, it's not to keep, gross guys out of your inbox. The reason why they took that away and anyone can make a move is to relieve the burden on women. So first of all, let me say, I had high hopes for whatever brand messaging Bumble was going to come back with, because their intermediary campaign, like their campaign warming us up for the new Bumble, was really good. They went to their Instagram, they stripped away all of the content that was there. They put up these memes of like women in history, throughout history, and they wrote exhausted, and they were like, a new Bumble is coming, and I was like, ooh, what's Bumble working on? And we're in a moment where dating apps could create really cool messaging. So like, I tell you what, if someone came to me and were like, we need something around women's empowerment, 100% the first idea that I would pitch them would be Samantha Jones. Every single generation is obsessed with Sex and the City right now. Gen Z is watching it for the first time. Millennials and Gen X and Boomers are all watching it again. It's a comfort show. And universally, everyone's obsessed, as they should be, with Samantha Jones. And when you think about Bumble, which is supposed to be a site where you are empowered in your own dating journey, and you can also like be a boss and meet professional contacts and friends, Samantha Jones would have been such a cool, especially because nostalgia's big right now, 90s big, she's having such a moment, like a Samantha Jones themed like reemergence campaign would have been gorgeous. But no, Bumble didn't go with Samantha Jones. They didn't stick with like the strange historic memes, which were kind of interesting, and a pattern interrupt. They went with the Justin Billboard, and I'm calling it that for a few reasons. Not only a play on Nike, clearly, but the construction of this sentence is distressing, and it's the full well. It's the quality of the lyrics in Baby It's Cold Outside. It's the quality of the lyrics. What is the Robin Thicke song? I have been trying to think. I had to re-record this TikTok. It's the Robin Thicke song. He did it with Pharrell. He did it with T.I. It made Emily Ratajkowski a household name because there's the one that played on MTV, and then there's like the other version where she's topless, and two other models who didn't become as famous as she did. It's a good song too, but it pretty much ended his career. But there's that moment of the song where he's saying, like, you know you want it. And unfortunately, throughout time, women have been forced into really uncomfortable and even situations of SA with this idea of, you know you want it. And so this idea of, like, you know full well of not having sex is not the answer, first of all, harkens back to a lot of messaging that has been used to force women to have sex over the years. Like, well, you know, choosing not to have sex isn't the answer. Come fuck me. You know what I mean? Like, it's uncomfortable. Like, the next thing that's weird is that not only is there huge conversations on TikTok, if you're paying attention around Sex in the City, there are conversations around celibacy. There are conversations around how incredibly challenging the dating scene is in this moment for women. Dating apps are for women. But again, this idea of, like, you know full well of how celibacy is not the answer. Bumble is. Like, it's set up like a classic, like, problem solution. Like, you know, what is the answer in your dating life? Not withdrawing sex or withholding sex. Going on Bumble and finding someone to fuck is, like, the meaning of your existence, ladies. Bumble's here to solve that for you. And again, it's just so counterintuitive to the origin story. Because it doesn't feel sex positive. It doesn't feel empowering to women. And, like, just a moment for my, like, street cred in marketing this space, I literally, for a year, marketed a product called the Cooch Ball. And we did it really well. We had one 8-second video get 70 million views organic on Instagram. I believe in sex positive brands. I believe in sex positive creative done the right way. We've done sex positive creative and we've done it well. This is not sex positive creative, because the idea of, you know, like, not having sex is not the answer is so cringy. The way that it's set up, like, I know I already said this, but, like, because I just keep looking at it and I'm like, who approved this billboard? I swear to God, if you had this beautiful model and it said, get yours, introducing the new Bumble, I would feel more comfortable with that than this, like, you know, because you're like, it's almost like you're challenging. You're finding a beautiful woman who's saying, like, in this moment I'm celibate, and you're saying to her, like, that's not the answer. You're wrong. You're questioning a woman's bodily autonomy in this billboard is how it reads. And it reads in the most, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, to me, like, in this creative meeting, I would be like, why not just write, like, just a loser, just the guy you met on Bumble. Like, I don't like it. Anyhow, I want to know what you think. I've seen some other people comment on this. It so far does not seem to be a universally popular billboard. I think it was a miss. Let me know what you think in the comments.
So we've got to talk about Bumble's new billboard. And it says, a vow of celibacy is not the answer. I think the switch that is happening is so freaking funny, because it used to be like, don't, like, girls can't have sex with anybody, or they're dirty, or we're sluts, or whatever. And now it's like, wait a minute, where are you? We can't sell our dating site. And then we wonder, right? Like, they wonder where the women are. But then you watch TikTok on Mother's Day, and there's thousands of women who are crying because their partner couldn't be bothered to get them a freaking card. You see the man or bear thing going on, and everyone's choosing bear, and nobody listens. That video went viral right around Valentine's Day, where that girl was like, if your partner, like, if your boyfriend does not get you flowers for Valentine's Day, he hates you, because he sees 1,000 flowers smacking him in the face all the time, and he just decides actively not to purchase them for you. The lengths that women will go to explain the problems and what they want and what they need out of a partnership, to have it fall on deaf ears. And you wonder why they're not on Bumble. And, like, I am very happily married. I had a very wonderful and appreciated Mother's Day. This sweatshirt that I wanted really bad came for me from my husband and my kid. So I am not speaking from experience here, but I can read, and I have ears, and I can listen and consume media and take that and understand what is happening here. Why can't they?
I want to talk about the Bumble Fumble with this ad. And just as someone who is 33 and single and has been on and off, like, all of the dating apps for almost 10 years now, Bumble has always been by far the worst one that I have had the least or used the least, because from the start it positioned itself as like women in control. It's like the feminist app. Like, it was a direct response to Tinder. Whitney worked at Tinder, and so this was like, they've always positioned themselves as being like for women, while being the app that actually caters to men the most, and like the worst kind of men, because framing it as like, oh, women have the power to send the first message, blah, 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 it led all the laziest men who don't want to put in any effort into dating, who want the women to come to them. They want the women to put in all the work to use Bumble, because it's like women on a platter for men. Oh, women are coming to me. Women are swiping on me. Women are messaging me first. I'm like, they feel like the belle of the ball on Bumble. And it's for that reason that I've always hated it, because it's like, it was just like the worst men on there. And Bumble, out of all of the dating apps, always made my self-esteem the lowest, because of the amount of men who clearly just swipe right on everyone and wait for the first messages to roll in, and then they look at your profile and like see if they actually like you or not, and often like will unmatch you or not respond at all and just completely waste your time. So I've always hated Bumble, but now you add in the fact that they go through this whole rebrand, and I also work in marketing, and so I was actually really interested in their rebrand. They caught my attention with their build up. I was actually really excited. I was like, maybe now with their new CEO, they're going to finally like get their act together, like really, do something different to change the game of dating apps. And instead, all they did was change it so that men can also send the first message, which they still don't, because like I said, it's been years of them expecting women to message first. And instead of their marketing being garnered towards men, which I think as a marketer, that's what I would have done. I would have made it my marketing campaign towards the men and be like, it's your turn to message first, like your turn to put in the work, like let's make these dating apps work. And instead they're releasing ads like this of like, a vow of celibacy is not the answer. Making women, like women who have abstained from sex, like, which there is a documented rising movement of women like being tired of getting treated like shit by men from dating apps. I, in the past year, like, was ghosted 3 times by 3 men that I chose to sleep with after a certain amount of time. And it made me feel like complete shit. And I now am at the point where I don't want to sleep with a man until I really feel like we're committed to each other, and like I just feel like I won't get ghosted and like made to feel like complete shit about myself. And so punishing women like me who have been on dating apps for a really long time, trying to find a partner who's going to put in the work, trying to find someone who will make an effort and make the first move. And then to go through this entire rebrand where it's supposed to change the whole game, and all you did was like make it so men can match or can message first, which they don't do. I actually downloaded the app to like see, if anything had changed. Nope, they don't message first. They don't answer. The app is the exact same. And then you're putting out ads like punishing women for like wanting to protect themselves and protect their peace. I mean, I'm truly just like so outraged at this entire thing. And this isn't even the worst ad. The other ad with the black woman as the photo, where it says, full well, like, are you kidding me? Like, literally, I read in an article that this whole campaign was done with their in-house team. And again, as a marketer, it just shows like sometimes you guys are way too in deep into your own brands to understand like how a message will come across. Yeah. But like using AAVE to promote this message as if dating isn't going well because of women being celibate and like choosing to protect themselves is truly the worst idea of a rebrand I've ever heard. And I won't stand for it. I deleted the app as soon as I saw this ad. And I will never return to Bumble. I literally don't care what kind of apology they put out, if they even do. I think it's over for Bumble. Bumble fumbled. So, ladies, keep doing your thing. It's working. And we're not going to let apps bully us into, getting back on and not protecting ourselves. So, keep it up.
So Bumble's having a week, aren't they? I mean, a couple of months ago when I saw on LinkedIn that they were laying off, what was it, like a third of their workforce? Apparently, they laid off all the people that have a brain. What the Bumble? I mean, I'm sure all of you know about the billboard, right? You've probably seen it all over. I'm not even going to repeat it because it's that level of dumb. I mean, like, it's one thing to shit the bed. It's another thing to shit the bed so badly that, like, you need a new mattress. Is anyone actually going to be using Bumble? I mean, women aren't. Women are already fed up. And then you've got Bumble basically saying, like, oh, you better. Oh, you better. You better not dare to give up men. Guess what? Even for those of us who are not giving up men, we sure as shit are giving up Bumble. Hashtag boycott Bumble.
Bumble really fumbled. Is it just me, or I personally am not even into all this dating app? I was never interested in dating app before or now or never. I feel like it's a waste of time for me. I feel like people that you will meet there might not be real, because I'm like, even people you see physically, it's very rare to know what kind of person they are. Then you're trying to meet somebody online and you're like, okay, get to know me. I get very exhausted when, those conversations start going on. Is it just me? Because I can't be the only one. Although I have people that use dating app and they're okay. They've met the love of their lives. They also met a friend, they've met business partners, they've met so many amazing people. But I just have that idea or mentality. I just feel like it's my own mentality. I'm just like, can anything good comes out of dating app? Can it? Because you can tell me you're somebody and you're not. It's an online. You can actually be showing me another person's picture, but that's not who you are. I watch movies and I see other things. What I ordered versus what I got. Am I the only one? So seeing Bumble fumbling now, and I know I've heard of Bumble because there was a guy that was telling me about Bumble, how he met a woman and in Bumble, and I was like, oh, what happened? How did you meet your lady? And it was like he met her on Bumble, and that was the very first time I heard of Bumble because, as I said, I don't do dating. I don't know anything about dating apps, to be honest. So I was not like, oh, Bumble, really? Then it was like, she was the one that reached out first. I was like, why should you be the one to reach out first? Are you that hot? It was like, no, that's how the app is. That is the woman that will have to send a message first. I was like, why should the woman send a message first? It was like, that's how the app is. So now saying that Bumble are like saying celibacy is not the answer, meaning that women, probably they've gotten feedbacks from men that are there and they're like, oh, the ladies we meet here, they don't want to do it, so what's the point? Because I personally feel like men on dating apps, they are there because they just want to have XCX. That's my mentality. I might be right or I might be wrong, I don't know, but for me, I feel like anybody I meet there just wants to XCX me. He doesn't want anything serious. In fact, sometimes even you've not even met, some of them are already showing you their thing. Like, what's your problem? They're so very unprofessional. I don't know. To me, maybe I missed the wrong ones. Maybe I've seen the wrong ones, so I don't know. Anyways, because the men are going there to XCX, that's most of them are in their head. So now I'm meeting women and they're like, I'm not going to do it. until I start seeing something serious coming out of this. And most of them can't wait to see something serious. Most of them are not patient. So probably that's why they went to complain to Bumble. And I feel like this new CEO, of course, is a man, because a woman cannot just be that, I don't think a woman can decide to bring that out, because when women say that they want to go celibate, it's because of what men has done to them in the past. It's because of the experience they might have had with men in the past. It's because some of them have tried to do it in the first day, and which is fine. Some people have done it in the first. I've done videos of women saying like, oh, we've done it in the first date and we're still together after 8 years. Okay. And some are like, I can't do it in the first day, because if I do it on the first day, they don't come back, they don't call me anymore. So some women probably have gone through that route during the first day, and they find out that these men, after they've done it, they're out. It might not even be the first day, it might be like a month or 2 months later, they're out. They don't take them serious anymore. They start misbehaving, because most of these men, what they want, once they've gotten what they want from you, that's the end. Okay, so women saying celebrate, I don't have anything against it. It's your life, it's your body, and you can make your decision about your body. It's fine. But now going and posting it out there, that's Bumble. Posting it out there and saying that is not the answer in your dating app. They're trying to tell people that come to my dating app and get XCX for free, because whatever woman you meet there, you're going to be able to XCX them for free. Like, sharp, that is what we do here. That's just like, I feel like a woman, I don't think any woman should still have that app on their phone if you actually don't want to do that thing. If you don't want to do it, I don't think you should, even if you want to, because a man already there, or even if he doesn't want to, he's already seeing you like, celebrating an answer, like, let's do it or no. Oh my God. Oh my God. What is your take on these Bumble Fumble things? What's your take on the new updates on Bumble? Are you a dating app person, a dating site, or dating online dating kind of? Are you? Let me know down in the comment section, because as I said earlier, for me, I don't really know much about it. I don't really know, but I know Bumble. I know Bumble, but I think that's all I know. I've heard people say Hinda. I don't know how the apps looks like, but I know people say Hinda. I know Tinder and one other thing that I hear people say. But then Bumble. So now you want people to be there, women to be there and just do it, even if they don't want to, just because they're in your app or something. That's terrible. Anyways, let me know your thoughts about this video down in the comment section. And thank you all so much for tuning in today. It's your girl, Mara David. And I'll see you all in my next video. If you like this video, thumbs up, subscribe, comment, your thoughts, your suggestions respectfully in the comment section. And don't forget to turn on the post notification bell so you can get notified as soon as I upload another interesting video like this one. And of course, I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.